Hi parents, I'm Dan Noyce. I teach AP Physics 2 to your boy. Um, a little bit about me, I've been teaching here for 11 years. I've been teaching for 40 years. Um, so about AP Physics, uh, it's very conceptually based. The kids need to be able to use words to understand the equations. So that's my thrust this year, my emphasis. I have an excellent tool to do that. That would be the AP Physics classroom. The boys are in that right now. They're registered for it, and what I do is I assign quizzes based on, they're not really quizzes, but homework based on AP relevant questions. I try to pick conceptual ones. All of them are conceptual. When I say conceptual, there's still equations involved, but they're going to have to be able to explain things with words. So these are hard at first for them. They're appreciating the challenge, I think, and it will get easier for them as time goes on, as their brain gets trained to think that way. Okay, what we do with these quizzes, or whatever you want to call them, they get a completion grade. But what's of value to me is that they try these with, as if it was a test. And then we go over the ones that more than 50% of them have missed. And so I reteach it that way. What I do usually is I have a study guide, and all my notes are there with sample problems, and then I'll leave that after I've taught them. I give them these quizzes from AP Classroom. Okay, so and then my tests are very similar to those kind of questions. I just take those questions right off of the AP Classroom, and I use ones that are, the concepts are the same things, not same questions, so they have to think a little bit, but they really have to try on those homework assignments. Okay, another tool I use is Edpuzzles. Edpuzzles are videos that I think are quality videos from an educational viewpoint, and I actually embed my own questions throughout the video. So as they view a part of the video, it stops, and then there's a question. There's a question based on what they just saw, and so the video probably has about, it depends, and then at the end they get a score of the questions they get right or wrong. Now they actually see the right answer if they miss it. So I give them a redo on that so that it's getting in their head. The concepts are getting in their head, I hope, that way too. They say they like it, some kids. Yeah, okay. A final tool that I really like, that I've used over the years and is becoming really popular now with other teachers, is Pivot Interactives. And it's, we paid for it. The science department paid for it. School did, obviously. And it's virtual labs, interactives, but they're real labs. They're real videos. You can measure slow motion videos. You can measure anything you need. They give you the tools that you can slide around and use on the video. They give you, they take measurements, kids take measurements, and then they graph that data, and then they interpret the graph, and then they even might have to derive an equation based on the graph values. And then they're going to compare that equation to the actual equation that's accepted. So it's acting like a scientist, really. And just because we're shut down, our labs are shut down by COVID, doesn't mean that they can't still get a really good lab experience this way. Okay, so we have a test probably I try to don't do big chunks, but I try to do a test every 2.5, 3 weeks. The units are, there's only, if you want to see the units that we're doing, please look at the syllabus. I'll just rattle them off right here. We're studying with electric charges, okay, and fields and voltage and capacitors, and then we're moving to circuits, which they had a little bit of last year. Then we have light. We have, let me try to remember this. We have modern physics, atomic physics. Then we do, let's see, quantum physics, just a little bit, not going into quarks. And then finally we do buoyancy and fluid flow. Okay, so it's stuff they haven't had, some of this stuff they haven't had before. Okay, so students know I'm very good at communication. They're good communicators. So if they have any problems, they can always email me. Same with you. If you have any questions, please email me about anything, and I get back to you pretty soon. So I just like to thank you for bearing with me on this presentation, and God bless you and watch over you, and let's have a good year. Thank you.